Okay. So, um, what a day. We put out 3 videos earlier, all NFL videos. We did an NFL podcast and we thought we were done for the night. I went ahead and cut my hair, showered, catching some of the game, and here we are now.
Yeah, we just witnessed the Lakers win the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I think we're done with the Paul George being a great player conversation.
Yeah, man. There's no other way to put it. Major disappointment for the Clippers. They didn't just get upset, man. They got whooped.
Yeah.
2 games in a row. They lose by double-digit points. 2 games in a row. The Nuggets just look better down the stretch of the series. They just look like the better team.
Yeah. And when, Jamal Murray is hitting fall-away threes, and Jokic is throwing passes over, no-look passes over his head, and Paul George is clanging threes off the side of the backboard. I don't know how you recover.
And you know what? We can go ahead and we're going to have to do a follow-up podcast, because on our podcast, and I think in our last NBA video, we said that, the Nuggets weren't on the level of the Clippers. And, it was a good first round for the Nuggets, and, it was fun to watch. But, now they're going to face a superior team, and you're going to see the difference in play. And we were completely off. So,
well, I mean, I wouldn't say completely. Like, the Clippers are a superior roster. They just didn't play like it.
No.
Their stars didn't show up to play.
Yeah. Look, we can write it off for Kawhi. I mean, look, Kawhi is the star of the team, so he has to take the brunt of the blame. But
does he? Because
he had a bad night.
He had a bad night. What does this mean for Kawhi? Kawhi is a 3-time champion. Won Finals MVP a couple times. He's first ballot Hall of Famer. Defensive player.
He has 2 or 3. Was he on?
I thought, I want to say he had 3.
No, because they lost that. Remember, they lost that first one to the Heat. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was.
I'm not sure. Well, he has 2 or 3 titles. He's won
multiple titles. Yeah.
He won Finals MVP. He won Defensive Player
Twice.
of the Year. Yeah, and he's fine. Mm-hmm. Paul George has nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, Kawhi's already proven himself, and he had a bad night, at the worst time. But Paul George, people are already talking about him as not showing up in the playoffs, and this didn't help his case.
Yeah.
Kawhi brought you in to be that number 2, to be that D Wade type of guy.
Just in case.
Yeah. And you didn't come through, man. Like, just for nights like this, when Kawhi just is off his game, he needs another star to step up, and you were supposed to step up. He didn't do it.
Right. But that's who he's always been. Almost always. I mean, he played pretty well in Indiana.
Yeah.
But I don't know why people were expecting anything different out of Paul George specifically. I mean, I thought the Clippers would win the series. I thought they were a better team. But I wasn't expecting Paul George to carry them to a victory.
It's a little disappointing, too, because I wanted to see LA versus LA, right? I picked the Lakers to win the finals. I thought they were going to beat the Clippers, but you still want to see it.
But listen, you know what? You are who you are, right? Clippers are a joke, and it's going to be Lakers and maybe Celtics, maybe Heat. Celtics or the Heat. We'll see. Either one of those is an interesting matchup, but the Clippers remain a laughingstock.
I won't call them a joke. I mean, they still made it.
It's pretty fine with me.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna be talked about, but I won't call them a joke. It's just a disappointment of a season, and we gotta see.
I just tweeted the punchline is going to come when Kawhi leaves and they're ringless, pickless, and starless. So that's when the punchline is going to hit.
So here's what's going to happen. There are going to be some changes made to that roster this offseason. There have been rumors about possibly them trading for Giannis, and I could see them trying to swap Paul George for Giannis. Right?
Yeah, I mean they could try. I think they would try to go with three or four of those role players, and
Yeah.
well, I guess they don't really have any picks left,
They don't have
so
any picks. Yeah.
can't really do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
but
saying they can pull off,
are
but
you
I can see
going?
them
Are you
try.
going to do that right after you watched Giannis get upset in the second round?
Yeah.
I mean,
Giannis is a better player.
allegedly,
Yeah.
for sure.
um,
In 2K, yeah, totally.
Look, they're going to try to do something. It's either going to be changes are made to the roster or Kawhi's out.
Yeah,
Right.
Kawhi's going to be out.
I mean, we already thought this, right? We already thought this. 2 years there, if they don't make it to the NBA Finals, Kawhi going to be out.
I mean, I figured he would be out regardless, even if they won. I figured he would leave when that time was up, because that team didn't have a long shelf life anyway.
Right.
A lot of their role players are a little older and everything. But yes, I thought he was going to leave regardless, but I was pretty sure he was going to leave without any more rings.
He's going back to
well
Toronto. Let's just call it now. He's going back to Toronto.
Yeah, and
they left the door open.
They'll be waiting with open arms.
Yeah. I mean, they could have very easily been in the Eastern Conference Finals right now.
Yeah,
they're still a very good team. They left on good terms. I can see him going right back there, and I wouldn't blame him.
Right.
So yeah, next round.
Yeah,
Lakers versus Nuggets.
I mean, I hate to say it, but Lakers in 5, man. Like, I don't think they're gonna have those same kind of issues.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Jokic completely dominated Montrezl Harrell and whoever they try to put on them. You're not going to have that same type of success against the Lakers.
Yeah, with AD and Dwight and JaVale.
Yep.
I don't really see it.
No. But all right.
But I mean, look, it's a great story. I mean, excited to see see it continue unfolding.
So has this series changed your mind about Jamal Murray a little bit? No.
Listen, people can have fantastic years, even just a great playoff run and all that, and that's what he's doing right now. I don't think that this is going to be a career changing moment for him. He's a great scorer. I don't know that you'll ever see a run like this from him again.
It's still early to say. I don't know. I'll say this: the jury's out. I mean, look, he's an excellent player. We're not debating whether or not he's a good player. Is he an elite level player? Or can he become an elite level player? That remains to be seen. But I'll tell you what, this is good for his resume.
Yeah.
A lot of excellent players don't make it out of the first round.
And look, I mean, it's not even about him necessarily. I mean, he's the second best player on his team. Mm-hmm. That's Jokic's team.
Yeah.
Jokic is an elite player. I mean, I don't think he's in the top 5, but I mean, he's right there.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, yeah, we weren't expecting to do this video, but here we are. And Lakers and Nuggets, Western Conference Finals. Celtics took Heat took game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
The Clippers traded 7 first-round picks for that dude, and he bounced shots off the side of the backboard when they needed him.
All right, yeah, we're gonna have to do an emergency NBA podcast tomorrow. I wasn't expecting to do it so soon, but we're gonna have to do it and get it out along with the NFL podcast that we just recorded. So yeah, man, it's a busy week, and yeah, thanks a lot, Clippers.